Hello, Kubrick Lover 1972 here. Of course, you know he's Brian. And as the video says, this is the Go Ape in April video. It's these. I think I'm going to do some more videos on these, but the irony of it is I'm probably going to have to spill this over. Probably, I would say into May. I don't know how many of these videos I'm going to do. I'm going to do at least this one, which is on the movie Congo, which I watched last night. My good friend Ethel Cross, 13 Originals. I'll give a link to her channel below in below the video here. But anyways, she started this thing called Go Ape in April, and so a few people on YouTube have sort of followed her lead and done some stuff regarding Go Ape in April. So I thought I'd join in the fun. And as you know, in other news, I have that Hiroshima the Mind album that I've been working on, and I'm still waiting for a few more things to happen. Like my cousin's daughter, I have to get her. I have to have her available to sing on the album, so I'm waiting on that. And then my friend Sasha's going to do some narration on poetry, which he's done, but he's just got to re-record it. So, and I did another song to add to the album. Maybe I'm going to take one off. I'm not sure, but it's probably going to be a long album. We're talking like, I don't know, 2 hours and 40 minutes, 3 hours. I don't know, because I worked over it for like a year, technically a year, specifically songs for the album, and then other stuff I recorded previous to that I decided to incorporate into the album. So anyways, as you might have seen in my previous videos on YouTube, on this channel, whenever I've done a video regarding some kind of issue, whether that be, a movie review or movies I've picked up, or I don't know, other things. I've also included. I've given people a sneak peek at some of the songs on the Hiroshima album, and I'm going to do that here again. So I've got two more songs. I've got way more songs than that, obviously, on the album, but I've got two songs that I think I'm going to put on here. So first song is going to be "Take Cover," which is probably going to be put in the summer part, the war part of the album, which will be a foreshadowing of the atomic bomb being dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. And then the second one is called Lost in the Jungle, which will also be in the war part of the album. The Take Cover song is a little less than 5 minutes. I think maybe it's around 4 or 5 minutes or so. And then the Lost in the Jungle one, I think that's my second longest song on the album. It's about, I think, a little over 8 minutes long. My longest song in the album is a song called "Isuzu Means Forever," which is already, you can already see that on my YouTube channel, Kubrick Lover 1972. You can also see that particular song and other songs too that are not just included on the Kubrick Lover 1972 channel, but as well on my other channel, which is just strictly music, and that is the Rocking Ronin 47. I had it Rockin' Ronin in 47 with a ROCKIN apostrophe RONIN 47, but I took off the apostrophe and just made it the Rocking Ronin, THEROCKING RONIN 47. So, and there's no spaces in that. So whenever I put music on my Kubrick Lover channel, I also put music on the Rockin' Ronin one. And I have done music earlier on my Kubrick Lover channel. And I think I've said that I'm going to take that stuff and put it over into my Rocking Ronin channel, but I guess I haven't put. Well, I can see, looking at the Rocking Ronin channel, that it's not there. So it's so I guess at some point I have to work on transferring some of those music files over there. So I don't know when that's going to all be done. Yeah. And I think I have other overalls I own, and So I'm going to do a video, I think, maybe fairly soon, maybe within a month or a few months' time, and other overalls I own, because I have a video that I showed my overalls collection on this channel, and when I do that video, I'll give a link to that video. But yeah, I'll get into more detail about that in that video, and there'll be a connection to the other video. There'll be a link to the other video. So without further ado, here's the first Hiroshima song, and then I'll get into the review of the Congo film, and then after that, there'll be the second Hiroshima song. The first Hiroshima song is called Take Cover, and the second one is called Lost in the Jungle. Okay, enjoy, and I'll see you right after the song. Okay, so here's my review of Congo. Oh, I should get the what do you call it? The DVD case just to show you. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so here's Congo. Um, I maybe I got this for free or maybe a few dollars. I think it was for free. Um, but it was directed by Frank Marshall, and I'm going to probably put some pictures in this video, so I'm not a talking head, and I don't want to bore you. I think I'm going to make this review kind of short because, well, I don't know if I can go into extreme detail on it, anyways, because I don't know if it demands extreme detail and has extreme detail in it, something like that. But anyways, it starts off with Bruce Campbell, he's a cult sensation from movies like obviously the Evil Dead series and playing Ash. I don't know tons about Evil Dead. I mean, I've seen the first two. I think I saw the third one. Never saw the whatever it was, the Evil Dead television show or whatever it was. I think I have access to that on Shudder, but I'm not positive. I think I do. And he also was in, is it called Maniac Cop? He was in the first one, I think, and I think he was also in the second one. I think the second one was better, probably. The director, really pulled out all the stops on that when he was interviewed on Joe Bob Briggs on that. But anyways, I'm digressing. So Bruce Campbell's at the start of the film, and it's sort of hackneyed or sort of not well put together in the sense that it just kind of, I think partially this film is just made for entertainment sake, and you're not supposed to it's not supposed to be some deep philosophical film or something. It's basically, I would say, more geared towards having a fun time at the movies. Anyways, let me get into the plot, and then maybe I'll discuss other issues. So he finds this. He's with this other guy in Africa, and the guy says, "Come with me, jump in the water here." So he does, and he goes under this small area. It's like a river or something in Africa, and he goes under this small thing. It's like I don't know. It's like he has to go under something and come up the other side, like a cave kind of a thing, and he finds this, what do you call those things? Diamonds, yes, with this technology that he's using that could, I guess, do something great for the world, and it has that, what's that word I'm looking for? Cliche of like money doesn't bring you happiness. Greed, will overdo you kind of thing, and but it's been done so many times in so many movies and better movies too. And I think it was just making me think of other movies while I was watching it. It was making me think like, well, before I get to that part that reminded me of a particular movie, let me just, so I'm also put spoilers in here. So anyways, so he's disappeared and they can't, they don't know what happened to him. And Laura Linney's character, who is his ex-fiance, I think if I'm getting this correctly, if I'm understanding the movie correctly, she decides she wants to go to Africa and find out what happened to him. And she did work for the CIA or something. And then she goes along with him. She's a professor, and there's another professor who has a talking ape. What's the ape's name? Amy, I think, is the ape's name. It's a young ape. I think it's 7 years old, and he has a apparatus, like a machine thing that he attaches to her that makes her talk. Like when she motions, when she does sign language with her hands, it emotes or evokes or whatever a voice from that machine saying what she's saying. Which I found kind of hard to believe. But I don't know. I mean, if people watch this film and maybe they just accept those things, they just put up with it. Some of the dialogue was just too corny and just maybe a little bit too over the top to be believable. But anyways, she wants to find out what happened to Bruce Campbell's character, if I'm getting that correctly. So she decides to get on a plane to Africa. And this other guy who wants to get there, his money has been, he's having his luggage taken off the plane before he can, embark to Africa. And but she manages to convince him to put the luggage back on the plane, and he gets on with her. And then this other guy, Tim Curry's character, his character comes from Romania. I don't remember all these characters' names, so excuse me if I can't remember their names. But so he comes with them, and he says he's a very rich man and everything like that. That's his byline, or that's what his tagline. That's what he's going by, his alias or whatever. And so they get on the plane, and there's another guy, the scientist that's with the Amy gorilla. There's another guy that comes with them. So they take the plane. They arrive in Africa, and when they get off the plane at the airport, can't remember which country it is. I don't think it's the Congo they land in first. They had to land in another country. They had to land in, I think it's Tanzania, or is it Zaire? I think they're all located around the same area, all the three countries. So when they land at the airport, all of a sudden they find themselves in a, I think a coup is happening basically, and Joe Pantoliano appears in this part of the film. He played Cypher in The Matrix. You might recall him like turning on Morpheus's group of people and helping the Agent Smith and the villains of The Matrix. He's been in some other movies too. He was in Bound, another Wachowski's film that came out before that. He's been in The Sopranos. He was in The Fugitive as one of the crew of Tommy Lee Jones' character trying to find Harrison Ford's character. He's been in a lot of movies. So he helps them out of the airport, and while he's on this golf cart kind of a thing. I guess it's like an airplane thing that takes your luggage. As they're going down the runway, all these explosions are going on, and people firing guns, and then this group of people they get on this truck, and they have this like tarp put down so nobody can see them, and they manage to get they get out of the airport, and then they find themselves in a town, and they almost get in danger there. it ends up they end up in a jungle area, and they have to take another plane. So they take that plane to get to their destination. And as they're flying in the plane, other another I think it's another country. They're firing rocket launchers at them, and they're firing heat-seeking missiles. So the pilots of the plane have already jumped out of the plane, and the people that are in the plane, they have no choice but to parachute out of the plane. So they do. They land on the ground, and then what's next? So then this is the stage where they're trying to find where Bruce Campbell left off, and Laura Linney at this point in the film contacts the man who she was talking to earlier in the film at this place somewhere in America. I don't recall where, but she loses the signal at a certain point, and then she because somebody smashes up the machinery. I don't know if it was the ape or somebody else. I think it's somebody else that smashes up the machinery. The satellite link or whatever. And this film came out in 1995, so like some of the technology seems a little dated compared to today's standards. But I mean, in a certain sense, like at the start of the film with showing the technology in this technology room, it sort of has like a 3D kind of effect to the computer technology, which might not have been possible at that particular point in time, but maybe is now. What the technology they use. But I mean, even by today's standards, the technology that she's using, like the satellite feed and everything like that, would be quite much more advanced and probably much more compact and small and all. So that portion is finished. And she has an interesting thing where she has this tent, which she just she hits like a button, and all of a sudden it blows up to full, all the way up. She doesn't have to take things apart and put like wires in or anything. It just pops open, which is kind of cool. I found that kind of cool. And then at this stage, they're trying to find Amy's, the gorilla's where it grew up, and they find that area, and they find this is near an area where the Tim Curry era character was looking because the gorilla Amy painted a eye, a human eye. Oh, I don't know, an eye, and he was saying that she knows where this place is. This ape knows where this place is, and it turns out it's like an Angkor Wat kind of place you would see like in the jungle. The guy that directed this film was Frank Marshall, and he produced the Indiana Jones movies. So I can see a little bit of the Indiana Jones essence spilling into this film, because when they go into this Angkor Wat kind of a place, and Angkor Wat is this place in it's like in Cambodia or Vietnam. It might not have been found for a little while, sort of like some areas in other areas of the world where ruins of ancient cultures lived, but they haven't been found in ages. They've been deserted and nobody knows that they're there. But anyways, so they find this place, and then they go inside of it, and they see these ruins, they see these hieroglyphics. So I was thinking, like, it sort of reminded me of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then they decide they go into this area. This is towards the end of the movie. They find this. What's next? So then they get they're near a volcano. They get caught in an earthquake, and then the ground falls underneath them. When they find their way out of this ruin area, this temple, not a temple, whatever it is, they find themselves near a river, and the Tim Curry character sees these diamonds laid out in the sand near the river, and he starts picking them up because he's a greedy character, and all I can think of is, how wealthy I'm going to be and all that kind of stuff. and he's all these silver apes. All of a sudden, they start appear all over the place, and they start. Well, they kill him, and I think it's found out that Bruce Campbell's character has already been dead for a while. And another character that was with Bruce Campbell, the Laura Linney character, finds out that he's been dead before they find the Bruce Campbell character. And I don't know, and then somehow they manage to escape that area, and there's a big earthquake, and it's kind of impressive in that particular scene because the other professor, the one that had Amy with him, he's jumping from pieces of the land to pieces of land that are falling apart, and I think going into a volcanic kind of river or something. And he's jumping and and that was kind of cool. So parts of it kind of are impressive, like the earthquake scene, the jumping out of the plane earlier in the film with the parachutes and the heat-seeking missiles, the coup at the airport. So some of it is kind of impressive. I mean, right after the coup part of the airport, there's a scene where they're being detained, and the Laura Linney character is offering this military person money in order to get out of the situation they're in, and they manage to get out after bribing him with enough money. So I would say this film is, I guess it's entertaining, but I don't know if it's like a rewatchable movie too much. It's maybe it's rewatchable for some people. I don't know. I think I'd rather watch some other films that might have a little more meat to them. A little more maybe heavy meaning. Well, not heavy meaning. Just something more to them, because this seemed like just silly entertainment. But I guess it was entertaining. So yeah, I'm going to give it, out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it 3 stars, a marginal thumbs up. If I gave it 2.5, it would be marginal thumbs down, which means I couldn't quite recommend it. So I'm going to give it that. I guess to wrap this up, I'm gonna say that it seemed like I think this film was released. Well, it was released in 1995, I believe, and I think this film was released in 3D in the theaters. I think so. Because I think, like, if you look at some of the way that the scenes are shot, you can tell it's sort of like a 3D atmosphere. And you would also see things like you can see a shot with a Pepsi can. You can see a shot with a Hershey's wrapper. And I think, because I recall at the time when this came out, I didn't see it in the theaters, but I can recall, I think it was Taco Bell was promoting the film, because fast food restaurants have done that in the past, like the Lord of the Rings ones. I think it was Burger King was promoting those with glasses, drinking glasses. So yeah, and I hate it when they well, I don't know if I hate it, but like when movies like add in like product placement things into a movie, if it's a good movie, I guess you can overlook that, but it's kind of annoying. But yeah, so I've said enough. So anyways, and in terms of this future videos regarding the Go Ape in April. Well, right now it's April 24th. It'll soon be April 25th because it's 10:47 at night when I'm recording this video. So this obviously this theme works better in a April kind of setting because the Ape in April. So just like if you're going to review films on horror movies, probably you can do it any time of the year. You can do ape films any time of the year, but like a really good time to do it, I guess, would be October when Halloween is coming. Noir films in November because of, it's Noir Vember, and Christmas movies and Christmas time and so on and so on. But anyways, I think I'll do some more Apes movies. I've got the Planet of the Apes prequels. I've got all 3 of those, so I might tackle that next, and I might try to do the Planet of the Apes, the original movies, with the sequels. I'm not sure. I do have the original one. I have thought of buying the box set. We'll see what happens. But as for now, this is the only one I'll be tackling currently, unless I change my mind. But I think I'm going to do the Planet of the Apes prequels. I'm pretty sure about that. So I think I'm going to do that. And anyways, thanks for watching. I won't keep you anymore. And have a nice day. Bye now.
Wow.